Welcome to tonight's bedtime story on a world unveiled. This evening, we take flight with the Falcon's Foresight. Join us as we soar high with a keen-eyed falcon, exploring breathtaking vistas from above. Our wise falcon friend will unfold stories of vision and precision, teaching us the importance of planning and accuracy in achieving our goals. As you settle into bed, let the falcon's tails elevate your spirit and sharpen your mind, prepare you for a night of peaceful, guided dreams where every goal is within reach. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let the falcon's foresight escort you into a restful slumber under the watchful eyes of a world unveiled. The Falcon's Foresight, Chapter 1. The Arrival of the Falcon. Once upon a time, in a village cradled by the embrace of the great woods, life flowed as calmly as the river that meandered through it. The villagers lived in harmony with the land, their days marked by the rising and setting sun. However, a shadow had fallen over the village, crops faltered, and the once abundant woods grew silent, as if the earth itself held its breath. It was in this time of quiet desperation that the falcon came, a creature as magnificent as the dawn, with feathers that shimmered like the tapestry of the night sky. Word of the falcon's arrival spread like a gust of wind, stirring the village into a flurry of excitement and wonder. Children, wide-eyed and curious, abandoned their games to catch a glimpse of this majestic bird, while the elders whispered among themselves, pondering the significance of its visit. The falcon, with a grace that silenced the air itself, descended upon the ancient oak in the village square, its gaze sweeping across the faces of those gathered below. The villagers, drawn as if by a spell, gathered beneath the great oak, their eyes fixed upon the falcon. The bird's presence, so powerful and serene, filled their hearts with a hope they had not felt in moons. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of fire and gold, the village fell into a hushed anticipation, awaiting the morrow and the wisdom the falcon promised to bring. As the first light of dawn crept over the village, casting long shadows and golden rays through the great woods, the villagers gathered once more beneath the ancient oak. The falcon, perched majestically upon a gnarled branch, surveyed the crowd with keen eyes, its presence commanding yet benevolent. The village elder, a woman of great age and wisdom, stepped forward, her voice echoing softly through the hushed square. "Mighty falcon, creature of the skies, what brings you to our humble village?" she asked, her tone laced with reverence. The falcon, understanding the language of the land and its people, replied in a voice that seemed to resonate from the very earth beneath their feet. "I come bearing lessons of vision and precision," it declared, "for only through planning and accuracy can one achieve true mastery over their fate." A murmur of wonder spread through the crowd as the falcon's words sank into their hearts. The bird's promise of guidance and wisdom sparked a glimmer of hope in the villagers, a beacon in the darkness that had shrouded their lives. As the day unfolded, the falcon shared tales of far-off lands and ancient time, of heroes who had overcome great challenges through foresight and precision. Its stories were woven with the threads of wisdom, teaching the villagers the importance of observing carefully, acting wisely, and aiming true. The sun traveled across the sky, casting its warmth upon the village, and as it began its descent, painting the heavens in shades of crimson and gold, the villagers realized that the falcon's arrival was no mere chance. It was a sign, a gift from the land itself, offering a path to reclaim their harmony with the world around them. With hearts filled with gratitude and minds alight with newfound knowledge, the villagers returned to their homes as twilight embraced the great woods. They spoke in hushed tones of the lessons the falcon had imparted, eager for the morrow, and the wisdom it would bring. As the moon rose high, casting its silvery glow over the village, the falcon remained perched upon the ancient oak, its eyes reflecting the starlit sky. It had come to this place of need, guided by the winds of fate, ready to teach those who would listen the virtues of planning and precision. And so, under the watchful gaze of the falcon, the village drifted into slumber, dreams of a brighter future, dancing in their minds, for in the heart of the great woods, a new chapter was beginning, a tale of vision and foresight that would weave the destiny of the village anew. As the first rays of the sun pierced the veil of dawn, bathing the village in a golden light, the council of elders convened beneath the ancient oak. The great bird, perched above, watched silently, its gaze penetrating the morning mist. The villagers, though not privy to the council's deliberations, gathered at a respectful distance, their faces alight with curiosity and a burgeoning hope. The council, composed of the wisest and most respected members of the village, sat in a circle, their faces etched with the weight of their responsibility. The village elder, her hair as silver as moonlight, spoke first. "We stand at the precipice of change," she began, her voice steady and clear. "The falcon has come to us not by chance, but by destiny. Its wisdom is a gift, one that we must embrace with open hearts and minds." One by one, the council members shared their thoughts, their voices weaving a tapestry of concern, hope, and determination. They spoke of the challenges the village faced, of failed crops and scarce game, of the fear that had taken root in their hearts. Yet, in the presence of the falcon, they saw a beacon of hope, a guide to lead them from the shadows into the light. As the council deliberated, the falcon listened, its keen eyes reflecting the depth of its understanding. It had seen many lands and witnessed the rise and fall of countless villages. In this humble village, it saw a spark, a potential for greatness that lay dormant, waiting to be ignited. The council reached a decision, one born of necessity and hope. They would embrace the falcon's offer, welcoming its teachings and integrating its wisdom into the very fabric of their lives. The village elder, her eyes reflecting the resolve of her people, addressed the falcon. "Great falcon, we welcome you. Teach us the ways of vision and precision, that we might overcome the challenges before us and forge a future of prosperity and harmony." The falcon, accepting the council's decision, nodded. It knew the path ahead would be fraught with challenges, but in the hearts of the villagers, it saw the seeds of change. With the falcon's guidance, the village would learn to harness the power of foresight and precision, shaping their destiny with the surety of an arrow in flight. As the assembly dispersed, the villagers returned to their homes, their spirits lifted by the council's decision. The promise of the Falcon's teachings filled them with a sense of purpose and determination. They knew the road ahead would be long, but with the Falcon as their guide, they dared to dream of a brighter future. In the days that followed, the village buzzed with anticipation. The Falcon's presence had stirred something deep within their souls, awakening a hunger for knowledge and a desire to reclaim their place in harmony with the land. They prepared for the lessons to come, eager to embrace the wisdom of the Falcon and forge a new path forward. And so, under the watchful eye of the Falcon, the village stood on the cusp of a new dawn. A time of learning and growth was at hand, a chance to rewrite their story with the ink of foresight and precision. The journey ahead would be one of transformation, a testament to the power of unity and the enduring spirit of the human heart. On the morn following the council's assembly, the villagers gathered anew beneath the boughs of the ancient oak, a living monument that had witnessed the ebb and flow of countless seasons. The air was charged with an unspoken expectancy, as if the very winds whispered of the change to come. The Falcon, resplendent in the morning light, its feathers aglow with hues of dawn, awaited the gathering of its audience. The village elder, her steps measured and her gaze alight with the fire of renewed purpose, approached the Falcon. With the village assembled, she spoke, her voice carrying the weight of their collective hope. Great Falcon, we stand united, ready to embrace the wisdom you offer. Speak to us of your proposal, that we might learn and grow under your guidance. The Falcon, its gaze sweeping across the faces of those gathered, began to speak. Its voice, though not human, carried a clarity and depth that resonated in the hearts of all who heard. People of the village, it began, the lessons I bring are those of vision and precision, of foresight and accuracy. To master these skills, you must learn to see not only with your eyes, but with your hearts and minds. You must learn to act not in haste, but with deliberate intention. For in precision lies the key to unlocking your true potential. The Falcon continued, outlining the journey upon which they would embark together. We will begin with the art of aim and precision, for it is in mastering these skills that you will learn the value of careful observation and calculated action. You will learn to craft tools with the care of an artisan, to hunt with the strategy of a general, and to plan with the wisdom of a sage. These lessons will form the foundation upon which your future will be built. A murmur of agreement and determination rippled through the crowd. The Falcon's words, imbued with the promise of transformation, ignited a spark of resolve within each villager. They recognized the truth in the Falcon's proposal, understanding that the path to reclaiming their harmony with the land was paved with the virtues of foresight and precision. The village elder, her eyes reflecting the resolve of her people, nodded in acceptance. We are ready, great Falcon. Lead us on this path of learning, that we might become masters of our fate. As the assembly dispersed, The air was alive with a palpable sense of purpose. The villagers, their spirit buoyed by the falcon's promise, set about preparing for the lessons to come. They cleared spaces for practice fields, gathered materials for crafting, and prepared their minds for the challenges ahead. The falcon, watching from its perch atop the ancient oak, felt a stir of pride. It had seen the flicker of potential in this humble village, and now that potential was kindling into a flame. The journey ahead would be arduous, but the falcon knew that within these people lay the strength and determination to overcome any obstacle. And so, with the proposal of the falcon accepted, the village stood on the brink of a new era, an era of growth and learning, where the values of vision and precision would guide them towards a future bright with promise. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of crimson and gold, the village settled into a quiet anticipation. The day's events, marked by the falcon's solemn proposal, lingered in the minds of all, sparking whispers of wonder and speculation. Families gathered around their hearth, the glow of the fire casting dancing shadows upon the walls. As they spoke of the morrow and the lessons it would bring, children, their eyes wide with curiosity, listened intently as their parents recounted tales of the falcon, its feathers shimmering like the stars themselves. They spoke of the promise of precision and foresight, of a future where the village would thrive, guided by the wisdom of their feathered mentor. In these stories, the falcon was not just a bird, but a symbol of hope, a bearer of change in a time of need. In the quiet corners of the village, the elders whispered among themselves, their conversation a blend of hope and concern. They pondered the falcon's words, the depth of its wisdom touching their hearts. They spoke of the importance of embracing this opportunity, of uniting as a village to face the challenges ahead, for they knew that the path to prosperity was not just in the learning, but in the coming together of their community. As night deepened, casting a veil of stars across the sky, the village fell into a peaceful slumber. Dreams of flying alongside the falcon, of seeing the world through its eyes, filled the villagers' sleep. In these dreams, they soared above the great woods, their vision sharp and clear, their aim true. They saw their village not as it was, but as it could be, a beacon of prosperity and harmony. Yet, amidst the dreams, a sense of responsibility took root. The villagers understood that the lessons of the falcon would require not just attentiveness, but dedication. They would need to hone their skills, to practice with diligence and care. The journey ahead was theirs to make, and the success of their endeavor lay in their hands. And so, as the first light of dawn began to break over the horizon, the village awoke with a sense of purpose. The night's whispers had steeled their resolve, and they greeted the day ready to embark on the journey of learning and growth. The falcon's teachings would not only guide them, but bind them, weaving their individual strengths into a tapestry of communal success. As the first rays of dawn kissed the earth, the village stirred to life, awakened by a sense of anticipation that pulsed through the air like the heartbeat of the world itself. The villagers, their spirits buoyed by the promise of a new beginning, gathered in the clearing beneath the ancient oak, where the falcon awaited, its silhouette a stark contrast against the lightning sky. The falcon, sensing the readiness of its pupils, spread its wings in a gesture that commanded silence and attention. Today, it began, its voice resonating with a depth that seemed to echo the wisdom of the ages. We embark on a journey of learning and growth. The lessons I teach will challenge you, but they will also empower you. To master the art of precision and foresight, you must first learn to observe. The villagers listened, rapt, as the falcon spoke of the importance of awareness, of seeing beyond the surface to the heart of things. It spoke of the wind, the trees, and the river, teaching them to read the signs of the natural world, to predict and to plan. Observe, it instructed, for in observation lies the foundation of knowledge. With the patience of a seasoned teacher, the falcon led the villagers through exercises of observation. It taught them to notice the subtle changes in the wind, to predict the weather by the pattern of the clouds, to understand the language of the forest. The villagers, their eyes opened to the world in a way they had never experienced, were awestruck by the depth of their newfound understanding. The lesson shifted, and the falcon introduced the concept of precision with a grace that belied the power within. It demonstrated the art of flight, of diving and turning with a precision that left the villagers in awe. Precision, the falcon explained, is not just in action, but in intention. It is the marriage of thought and movement, the harmony of mind and body. The villagers were then tasked with exercises of their own, simple tasks that required them to apply both observation and precision. They practiced throwing stones at targets, not with the aim of hitting them through brute force, but by understanding the wind, the weight of the stone, and the arc of its flight. Through these exercises, they learned the value of deliberate action, of the careful alignment of effort and intention. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, marking the passage of the morning, the villagers began to grasp the depth of the falcon's teachings. They realized that precision and foresight were not just skills to be mastered, but a way of living, a means of interacting with the world with a clarity and purpose they had never known. The day's lessons concluded. The villagers gathered once more beneath the oak, their faces alight with the glow of accomplishment and the fire of determination. The falcon, observing their transformation, nodded. "Today," it said, "you have taken the first step on a path that will lead not only to the prosperity of your village, but to the enrichment of your souls. Remember, the journey is long and the lessons many, but with each step you grow closer to mastering your fate." As the falcon took flight, soaring into the sky until it was but a speck against the sun, the villagers returned to their homes, their hearts and minds full. They spoke of the day's lessons with excitement, eager to share their newfound knowledge with their families. The village, once shrouded in uncertainty, now buzzed with the promise of change, of a future forged by the virtues of precision and foresight. And so, with the dawn's early lessons imprinted upon their heart, the village looked forward to the morrow, to the continuation of their journey under the falcon's guidance. The path ahead was clear, and with each step they would weave their destiny with threads of wisdom and unity. The village, now united in their quest for growth under the falcon's tutelage, stands ready to face the challenges ahead, their spirits lifted by the promise of the lessons of precision and planning yet to come in Chapter 2. Chapter 2. The lessons of precision and planning as the dawn of a new day painted the village in hues of pink and gold. The villagers, their hearts full of determination, gathered in the clearing that had become their classroom. The Falcon, perched upon the ancient oak, surveyed the assembly with an approving gaze. Today's lesson, it had declared, would be one of paramount importance: the art of aim and precision through archery. The villagers, though familiar with the bow for hunting, soon discovered that what they knew was but the surface of a deep well of skill and knowledge. To master the bow, the Falcon began, its voice carrying on the morning breeze, is to master oneself. Precision is not solely in the hand or the eye, but in the harmony of mind, body, and spirit. Under the Falcon's watchful eye, the villagers began their training. The first task was to simply observe the Falcon as it demonstrated the perfect alignment of body, bow, and target. Its movements were fluid, a dance of grace and power that left no doubt of its mastery. Then it was the Vera. With bows in hand, they took their positions, their eyes fixed upon the targets that stood in the distance like silent sentinels. The first attempts were clumsy, arrows flying wide of their mark, but the Falcon urged them not to despair. Precision, it reminded them, is a journey, not a destination. Each shot, whether it hits or misses, is a step on the path to mastery. The lessons continued, day after day, with the villagers learning not just the mechanics of archery, but the deeper lessons it imparted. They learned to breathe, to still their minds, and focus their intent. They learned to see not just with their eyes, but with their intuition, to feel the moment when everything aligned: the archer, the bow, the arrow, and the target. As their skills grew, so too did their understanding. Archery became a metaphor for their lives, teaching them the importance of aim and precision in all things. They learned that every action, no matter how small, should be deliberate, guided by the same focus and intention that they brought to their practice with the bow. The Falcon introduced them to challenges that tested their skills, from hitting moving targets to shooting in adverse conditions. Each challenge was designed to push them further, to teach them to adapt and to apply their skills with creativity and foresight. One day, as the sun hung low in the sky, casting long shadows across the clearing, the villagers held a competition. One by one, they stepped forward, drawing their bows with a confidence born of their training. The target, once daunting, now seemed to invite their arrows. When the last arrow was loosed and the final target struck, a cheer rose from the assembled villagers. They had not just hit their marks, they had transcended them. The Falcon, watching from its perch, nodded in approval. Today, it said, you have demonstrated not just skill with the bow, but the deeper precision that guides all aspects of life. You have learned to aim with purpose, to act with precision, and to embrace the journey of continuous improvement. As the villagers dispersed, their hearts light with pride, and their minds alight with the lessons they had learned. They knew that this was but the beginning. The art of aim and precision, the first of the Falcon's lessons, had laid the foundation for the journey ahead. A journey that would lead them to mastery not just of archery, but of themselves. Under the velvet cloak of night, adorned with the twinkling jewels of the cosmos, the villagers gathered once more in the clearing that had become the cradle of their transformation. The falcon, its feathers aglow with the ethereal light of the moon, waited for the hush of anticipation to settle over the assembly. Tonight's lesson, it promised, would unveil the mysteries of the heavens, teaching them to navigate the vast tapestry of the stars. The stars, the falcon began, its voice a soft murmur against the silence of the night, are not merely lights in the sky, but markers on a map, guiding those who know how to read them. The villagers listened spellbound as the falcon spoke of ancient travelers who crossed vast deserts and sailed uncharted seas, guided only by the constellations that adorned the night sky. With a sweep of its wing, the falcon directed their gaze to the heavens, pointing out the constellations that had guided countless souls through the ages. To navigate by the stars is to understand the language of the universe, it explained. It is to see beyond the immediate, to plan your journey with foresight and precision. The villagers, their eyes wide with wonder, followed the falcon's guidance, learning to identify the constellations and the stories they told. They learned how the position of the stars changed with the season, how to find the North Star, steadfast and true, and how to determine their direction even on the darkest of nights. As the lesson unfolded, the falcon spoke of the deeper meaning of the stars, of the importance of guidance and perspective. Just as the stars guide you through the physical world, it said, so too must you find the guiding stars of your own lives. Identify your own goals, your values. Let them be your North Star, guiding you through life's journey with purpose and direction. The villagers practiced night after night, their confidence growing as they learned to chart their course by the stars. They ventured into the great woods, navigating by the celestial map above, their paths illuminated by the soft glow of starlight. Each successful journey was a testament to their learning, a step closer to mastering the art of navigation and planning. One night, as a comet streaked across the sky, painting a trail of light that seemed to connect the earth to the heavens, the falcon spoke of change and opportunity. The universe is ever in motion, it said, and so too must you be prepared to adapt, to seize the opportunities that change brings. Let the stars guide you, but never forget that it is your hands that steer the course of your destiny. The lesson of the stars became a cornerstone of the villagers' education, a symbol of their journey from uncertainty to mastery. They learned to see beyond the immediate, to plan with foresight and precision, guided by the constellations that danced above. As the first light of dawn tinged the eastern sky with hues of pink and gold, the villagers returned to their homes, their hearts full of the night's teachings. They had learned to read the map of the stars, but more importantly, they had learned to navigate the journey of their lives with confidence and purpose. As the dawn broke over the village, casting a golden hue across the land, the villagers gathered, their spirits kindled by the lessons of the stars. Today, the falcon had promised a lesson of a different kind, one that would unite them in purpose and action. The strategy of the hunt was to be their focus, a lesson in collaboration, precision, and planning that would ensure the prosperity of their village. The falcon, perched atop the ancient oak, surveyed the assembled villagers with an approving gaze. The hunt, it began, its voice echoing the wisdom of ages, is more than the pursuit of game. It is a dance of strategy and foresight, a testament to your unity and strength as a community. The villagers listened intently as the falcon unfolded the principles of strategic hunting. It spoke of understanding the land and its creatures, of reading signs and signals that the forest whispered. To hunt successfully, the falcon explained, you must know your quarry, anticipate its movements, and plan your approach with care and precision. Under the falcon's guidance, the villagers divided into groups, each assigned a role that played to their strengths. Some were trackers, skilled in reading the signs of the earth, while others were strategists, devising the plan of approach. Archers and spearmen practiced their aim and stealth, ensuring they were ready to act with precision when the moment came. The falcon taught them to work as one, to communicate without words, using signals and gestures that allowed them to move through the forest as shadows. They learned to set traps with cunning and to use the terrain to their advantage, channeling their prey towards waiting hunters. As the days turned to weeks, the villagers honed their skills, their hunts growing more successful with each attempt. They learned to adapt their strategies to the changing seasons, to the ebb and flow of the game's movements. Each successful hunt was a victory not just of sustenance, but of shared purpose, a testament to their growth as a community. The falcon watched their progress with pride, seeing in their unity a strength that would sustain them through the seasons. The hunt, it reminded them, is our mirror of life. It requires patience, precision, and, above all, alone you might survive, but together you will thrive. The lesson of the hunt became a cornerstone of the villagers' existence, a ritual that bound them to each other and to the land. They learned that success lay not in the might of the individual, but in the cohesion of the group, in the melding of many strengths into a single force of purpose and precision. As the sun set on a day of successful hunting, the villagers gathered to share in the fruits of their labor. Around the fire, they celebrated not just the bounty of the hunt, but the bonds of community that the falcon had helped them forge. They spoke of the lessons learned, of the moments of challenge and triumph that had marked their journey. The falcon, watching from its perch, saw in their celebration a reflection of the lessons it had imparted. It saw a village transformed, not just in skill, but in spirit, united by the shared goal of prosperity and harmony. In the heart of the village, under the watchful eye of the falcon, a new lesson began to unfold, one that would teach the villagers the value of detail and craftsmanship. The falcon, its feathers aglow in the sunlight, presented its next gift of knowledge, the crafting of the feathered arrow. To craft an arrow, the falcon intoned, is to weave together strength, precision, and beauty. It is a task that demands patience and attention to the smallest of details. The villagers, their curiosity piqued, gathered around as the Falcon explained the significance of each component of the arrow. The shaft, it said, must be straight and true, for it is the backbone of your arrow. The fletching, inspired by my own feathers, will guide it on its flight, and the point must be sharp and unwavering, a testament to your resolve. With reverence, the villagers began the meticulous process of crafting their arrows. They selected the finest woods from the great woods for the shafts, treating and shaping them with a care they had never known before. For the fletching, they studied the falcon's feathers, marveling at their design, and sought to emulate their precision and efficiency in their own creations. The crafting of the arrowheads became a lesson in itself. The villagers learned to work metal with a newfound respect for the material, each arrowhead forged in the flames of dedication and quenched in the waters of patience. The Falcon taught them that the process was not just about creating a tool, but about imbuing it with a part of their essence, a symbol of their commitment to the path of precision and planning. As the days passed, the villagers' skills grew. They learned the importance of balance in the arrow, of how even the slightest deviation could alter its course. They tested their creations, watching with bated breath as their arrows flew true and steady towards their targets. With each successful shot, their pride swelled, not just in their craftsmanship, but in the knowledge that they had created something of beauty and purpose. The Falcon watched their progress with pride, seeing in their dedication a reflection of the lessons it had sought to impart. Your arrows, it said one evening, as the villagers gathered to admire their handiwork, are more than mere tools. They are a testament to your journey, a reminder that greatness lies in the attention to detail, in the pursuit of perfection. The lesson of the feathered arrow became a cherished part of the villagers' lore, a symbol of their growth under the Falcon's tutelage. They came to understand that the principles of precision and planning extended beyond the hunt, beyond the crafting of arrows. They were principles to live by, guiding tenets that shaped their approach to every task, every challenge. As the villagers retired to their homes that night, their hearts were full and their spirits lifted. They had learned to see the beauty in the details, to appreciate the craftsmanship in their hands and hearts. The Falcon, perched atop the ancient oak, watched over them, its mission to imbue them with the virtues of precision and planning well underway. Upon a day when the wind sang through the great woods, carrying whispers of ancient secrets and tales of distant lands, the villagers found themselves at the foot of the windy cliff, the next stage of their journey under the Falcon's guidance. Here, atop the towering precipice that overlooked the vast expanse of the forest and the village below, they were to face the trial of the windy cliff. The Falcon, its feathers ruffling in the gusting breeze, spoke to the gathered villagers with a tone of solemnity. The wind, it began, is both a challenge and a teacher. To master the bow in the embrace of the wind is to learn the art of adaptability, to account for the unforeseen, and to adjust your aim accordingly. The villagers listened intently, their eyes fixed upon the Falcon as it explained the trial that lay before them. They were to take their newly crafted arrows and one by one attempt to hit targets placed at varying distances along the cliff's edge. The wind, capricious and unyielding, would be their adversary, a force against which they must pit their skill and determination. With hearts pounding and bows in hand, the villagers approached the edge of the cliff. The wind, as if aware of the challenge it was to pose, howled with renewed vigor, a tempestuous symphony that tested the resolve of even the bravest hearts. The first archer stepped forward, drawing the bow with a steadiness born of the lessons learned under the Falcon's tutelage. With a breath held in anticipation, the arrow was loosed, sailing into the embrace of the wind. The villagers watched as the arrow, buffeted by the gusts, veered from its intended path, missing the target by a breath. Undeterred, the next archer took their place, adjusting their stance and aim in an attempt to account for the wind's capricious nature. Again the arrow flew, and this time it struck the outer edge of the target, a testament to the archer's adaptability and skill. With each attempt, the villagers grew more adept at reading the wind, at understanding its whispers and its roars. They learned to adjust their grip, their stance, and their aim, to trust not just in their eyes, but in their intuition, in the feel of the wind against their skin. The Falcon, watching from its vantage point, saw in their efforts the blossoming of true mastery. The wind, it said, once the trial had come to an end, teaches us that not all challenges can be foreseen, but all can be overcome with patience, adaptability, and precision. Today you have learned to listen to the wind, to see it not as an adversary, but as a guide. As the villagers descended from the windy cliff, their spirits lifted by the triumphs and lessons of the day, they knew that they had faced more than just the physical challenge of the wind. They had faced the challenge of uncertainty, of adapting to the unforeseen, and they had emerged stronger, more unified in their purpose. As the season of the harvest approached, the village found itself amidst a flurry of anticipation and activity. The Falcon, ever the bearer of wisdom, had imparted upon the villagers the importance of preparation and organization, virtues that were to be the cornerstone of their upcoming harvest festival, a celebration of hard work, unity, and success. The Falcon, perched upon the ancient oak, observed the villagers as they began the meticulous planning of the festival. A successful harvest is not just the fruit of the earth, it intoned, its voice carrying the weight of experience, but the fruit of your labor, your planning, and your foresight. Let this festival be a reflection of these virtues. Heeding the Falcon's words, the villagers set about their tasks with renewed vigor. Committees were formed, each tasked with a specific aspect of the festival: food, decorations, games, and ceremonies. Each group worked in harmony, their efforts coordinated like the pieces of a grand tapestry, woven together with the threads of community and shared purpose. The food committee sought to showcase the bounty of the harvest, planning a feast that would honor the fruits of their labor. They organized the collection of crop, the preparation of dishes that told the story of their journey through the seasons. From the golden wheat to the hearty vegetables, every element of the feast was a testament to the village's hard work and the lessons of precision and planning they had learned. The decorations committee, inspired by the beauty of the great woods and the guidance of the Falcon, crafted adornments that mirrored the natural splendor around them. Banners and garlands, woven from the vibrant colors of autumn, fluttered in the breeze, while lanterns, crafted with care and precision, promised to light the night with a warm, inviting glow. The games and ceremonies, designed to celebrate the unity and strength of the village, were planned with equal care. Competitions that tested skill and teamwork, storytelling circles that share tales of the past year's challenges and triumphs, and ceremonies that honored the land and the wisdom of the Falcon were all meticulously organized to ensure us. As the day of the festival drew near, the Falcon watched the village transform. The square, once a simple meeting place, became the heart of the celebration, alive with color, laughter, and the spirit of community. The villagers, their faces alight with pride and anticipation, saw in their preparations a reflection of their journey, a journey marked by the virtues of foresight, precision, and unity. The festival, when it finally arrived, was a resounding success. The air was filled with the sounds of music and merriment, the sense of the harvest feast, and the warmth of shared joy. The villagers gathered together under the banner of their hard work and success, celebrated late into the night, their hearts full and their spirits lifted. The Falcon, observing the festivities from its perch, felt a surge of pride. The villagers had not only learned the lessons of precision and planning, but had applied them to create a celebration that embodied the essence of their journey. Tonight, it reflected, they do not just celebrate the harvest, but the harvest of their growth and unity. In the aftermath of the festival, as the embers of the bonfires glowed softly in the darkness, the villagers gathered once more under the canopy of the night sky. This night was special, marked by the celestial spectacle of shooting stars that streaked across the heavens, painting trails of light in the velvet darkness. The Falcon, its silhouette illuminated by the starlight, prepared to share one final lesson on this remarkable night. The stars, the Falcon began, its voice carrying a sense of wonder and ancient wisdom, are not just lights in the sky. They are storytellers, keepers of the universe's deepest secrets and oldest tales. Tonight, as they dance across the sky, they remind us of the virtues of foresight and precision, of the importance of looking beyond the present to the vast possibilities that lie ahead. The villagers, their faces upturned to the spectacle above, listened in rapt attention as the Falcon wove tales of ancient civilizations that had once gazed upon these same stars. It spoke of astronomers and navigators who had charted their courses by the constellations, of heroes and heroines whose destinies were intertwined with the celestial dance of the cosmos. With each tale, the Falcon reinforced the lessons it had imparted over the course of their journey together. It spoke of the precision required to chart a path through unknown waters, guided only by the stars, and of the foresight needed to foresee the challenges that lay ahead. Just as the navigator reads the stars to guide their vessel, the Falcon explained, so too must you learn to read the signs in your lives, to navigate the future with wisdom and precision. The shooting stars, with their fleeting beauty and transient paths, served as a poignant reminder of the importance of seizing the moment, of acting with purpose and intention. The villagers, inspired by the falcon's words and the majesty of the night sky, felt a renewed sense of purpose. They understood that the lessons of foresight and precision were not just skills to be applied in hunting or crafting, but were principles to guide their lives, to shape their destinies with deliberate and thoughtful action. As the night deepened and the last of the shooting stars faded from view, the villagers felt a profound connection to the universe and to each other. They had learned to see beyond the immediate, to envision a future shaped by their dreams and guided by the wisdom of the falcon. The night of shooting stars became a cherished memory for the villagers, a symbol of their journey from uncertainty to mastery, from individuals to a unified community. They realized that the falcon's lessons had prepared them not just to face the challenges of the present, but to embrace the possibilities of the future. As the first light of dawn began to touch the horizon, the falcon took flight, soaring into the awakening sky. The villagers watched in silent awe, knowing that while this chapter of their journey had come to an end, the lessons they had learned would guide them for the rest of their lives. The villagers, now armed with the wisdom of the falcon, stood ready to face the future. They had learned the virtues of foresight and precision, of unity and purpose. As they looked towards the horizon, they knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would meet them with the strength and wisdom they had gained under the falcon's guidance. The night of shooting stars was not just a lesson, but a turning point, a moment that crystallized their understanding and commitment to the path they had chosen. Guided by the stars and the wisdom of the falcon, they were prepared to forge their destiny with precision and foresight, to create a future as bright and promising as the trails of light that had adorned the night sky. Chapter 3. The Test of Foresight. As the golden hues of autumn gave way to the stark whites and grays of winter, the village, now thriving under the falcon's guidance, faced a new challenge. Dark clouds gathered on the horizon, heralding a storm unlike any the villagers had seen before. This was to be their final test, a test of their ability to use the skills and wisdom they had acquired to adapt and overcome. The falcon, sensing the approach of the tempest, called the villagers together. The storm that approaches, it said, its voice calm yet imbued with urgency, is a test of your foresight and your unity. You have learned the lessons of precision and planning. Now you must apply them to protect your village and each other. The villagers, heeding the falcon's warning, sprang into utilizing the lessons of the past. They began to prepare. The archers, their skills honed by the trials of the windy cliff, fashioned arrows to secure the roofs against the howling winds. The craftsmen, inspired by the crafting of the feathered arrow, reinforced the structures, ensuring that every beam and every joint was as sturdy as their resolve. Teams formed, each with tasks that played to their strengths, a manifestation of the strategy of the hunt they had mastered. Some gathered food and supplies, remembering the importance of planning and preparation. Others fortified the defenses, using the knowledge of the stars to predict the storm's path and the best ways to shelter from its fury. As the storm descended upon the village with a ferocity that seemed to shake the very earth, the villagers stood united, their faces set against the wind, their hearts buoyed by the strength of their community. They moved with precision, each action deliberate, guided by the foresight that had been the foundation of their learning. The night was long, and the storm raged with a relentless intensity, testing the villagers' resolve, their preparations, and their ability to adapt to the ever-changing fury of the elements. But they were undaunted, for they had faced challenges before and had emerged stronger, united by their shared purpose and the wisdom of the Falcon. As dawn broke, the storm's fury abated, leaving behind a silence that was both eerie and profound. The villagers emerged from their shelters, eyes wide with apprehension, yet filled with hope. They found their village standing strong, a testament to their foresight, their planning, and their unity. Structures that once would have succumbed to the storm's might now stood firm, their arrows and fortifications holding fast. The Falcon, perched atop the ancient oak, surveyed the scene with pride. "You have faced the storm," it said, "not as individuals, but as a community, united by the lessons of foresight and precision. You have demonstrated not just the ability to survive, but to thrive in the face of adversity." The unforeseen storm had been their final test, and they had met it with the strength and wisdom they had gained. The village, once vulnerable to the whims of fate, now stood as a beacon of resilience, a testament to the power of unity and the enduring lessons of the Falcon. In the calm that followed the storm, beneath the canopy of a sky washed clean by the rain, the villagers came together with a sense of purpose that was both newfound and deeply familiar. They gathered in the heart of the village, around the ancient oak that had been the backdrop of their journey under the Falcon's tutelage. It was here, in the aftermath of the storm, that they sought to fortify not just their homes and crops, but the very bonds that united them. The Falcon, observing from its perch, watched as the villagers, animated by a shared resolve, began to formulate their plan, drawing upon the lessons of precision and planning. They set about devising strategies to protect their village from future adversities. This gathering was a testament to their growth, a clear demonstration of how the villagers had transformed from individuals into a cohesive community, guided by the wisdom of the Falcon. "Today," announced the village elder, her voice resonant with the strength of her conviction, "we stand not just as survivors of the storm, but as architects of our future. We have weathered the tempest, but let us take this moment to build not just against the wind and rain, but for the prosperity of all." Inspired by the elder's words, the villagers divided into groups, each focusing on a specific aspect of their communal life that the storm had impacted. One group, recalling the lessons of the feathered arrow, focused on reinforcing their homes, ensuring that each structure could stand firm against the forces of nature. They planned with an eye for detail, understanding that the strength of their village lay in the precision of their craftsmanship. Another group, mindful of the strategy of the hunt, turned their attention to the fields and crops, the lifeblood of their community. They devised methods to safeguard their harvest, implementing systems of irrigation and drainage that would protect their crops from flooding, drawing upon their understanding of the land and its patterns. A third group, inspired by the map of the stars, sought to better understand the natural forces that shape their world. They proposed the creation of a lookout point atop the windy cliff, where watchers could observe the sky and the landscape using the knowledge of the stars and the wind to predict and prepare for future storms. As the plans took shape, the villagers worked with a unity and dedication that echoed the lessons of the Falcon. They shared their skills and knowledge freely, each contribution valued, each voice heard. The Falcon's teachings, once abstract lessons, were now the very principles upon which they built their future. The gathering of the villagers was more than a meeting. It was a celebration of their journey, a recognition of the strength they had found in unity and the wisdom they had gained from the Falcon. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the sky in hues of gold and crimson, the villagers looked upon their work with pride. The Falcon, seeing the villagers united in purpose and action, knew that its time with them was drawing to a close. They had learned the lessons of foresight and precision, of unity and strength. They had faced the storm not just as a challenge to be overcome, but as an opportunity to grow and to reaffirm their commitment to one another and to their village. In the days following the gathering, as the village basked in the collective spirit of renewal and fortification, the Falcon summoned the villagers once more beneath the ancient oak. Its gaze, sharp and penetrating, swept over the assembled crowd, each face alight with anticipation and a sense of purpose that had been kindled in the aftermath of the storm. The Falcon began, its voice resonant with the wisdom of ages, was but a precursor to the true test of your learning. Each of you has grown under my guidance, mastering the arts of foresight and precision. Now, I challenge you to use these skills in a unique way to ensure not just the safety, but the prosperity of your village. The villagers listened intently, their hearts beating in unison with the gravity of the Falcon's words. This challenge, they understood, was a testament to their journey, a culmination of the lessons they had absorbed and the growth they had experienced. The Falcon continued, to each of you, I bestow a task, a mission that will call upon the depths of your wisdom and the strength of your unity. From the crafting of the feathered arrow to the strategy of the hunt, from the reading of the stars to the fortification against the wind, each skill you have acquired will be put to the test. To the archers, the Falcon assigned the task of training others in the art of precision, ensuring that the village will always have defenders skilled in the use of the bow. To the craftsmen, it gave the challenge of innovating new building techniques that would make their homes even more resilient against the forces of nature. The farmers were tasked with developing sustainable agricultural practices, drawing upon their understanding of the land to enrich the soil and secure bountiful harvests for generations to come. The Falcon turned its gaze to the children, the future of the village, challenging them to learn and preserve the tales of their ancestors, the stories of the stars and the lessons of the past. ensuring that the wisdom of the village would never be lost to time. And to the elders, the Falcon entrusted the responsibility of guiding the village with the wisdom they had garnered, to act as stewards of the community's values and to mentor the next generation in the principles of foresight and planning. As the Falcon laid out its challenge, a palpable sense of determination filled the air. The villagers, each empowered by the trust the Falcon had placed in them, embraced their tasks with a zeal that spoke of their commitment to their village and to each other. In the weeks and months that followed, the village transformed. Archers taught their craft with patience and enthusiasm, their pupils' arrows flying ever truer. Craftsmen experimented and innovated, their homes standing as testament to their ingenuity and skill. Farmers tended their fields with care, their crops flourishing as never before, and the children, wide-eyed and eager, absorbed the tales and teachings of their elders, the stories of their heritage, kindling a spark of pride in their hearts. The Falcon, watching from its perch, saw the fruition of its teachings. The villagers, once uncertain and disparate, now worked together with a unity of purpose, their actions guided by the foresight and precision it had instilled in them. The challenge it had set before them was not just a test of their skills, but a reaffirmation of their strength as a community, a demonstration of their capacity to adapt, grow, and thrive. In the wake of the Falcon's challenge, the village did not just endure. It thrived. The once looming shadow of the unforeseen storm had become a part of their lore, a testament to their resilience, precision, planning, and foresight. Under the watchful eye of the Falcon, the villagers had transformed the potential calamity into a triumph of the human spirit. As the seasons turned, the evidence of their success was everywhere. The fields, once vulnerable to the whims of nature, now flourished, yielding harvests more bountiful than any in the village's memory. The homes and structures, reinforced and redesigned with the wisdom of the Falcon, stood firm against the elements, their resilience a visible symbol of the villagers' hard work and dedication. The archers, with their unmatched precision, ensured the safety of the village, their arrows a guarantee of security against the wiles of the great woods. The craftsmen, their skills honed to perfection, created tools and structures of unmatched quality, their work a reflection of the village's newfound emphasis on detail and craftsmanship. But the triumph of the village was not measured in harvests or buildings alone. It was seen in the eyes of the children who grew up with the tales of the Falcon and the storm, learning the lessons of foresight and unity from their earliest days. It was heard in the voices of the villagers who spoke of their future with confidence and hope, their plans and dreams imbued with the wisdom of their feathered mentor. The unity of the village, once a fragile thing, was now its greatest strength. The villagers, who had faced the storm as individuals, now faced the future as one, their actions guided by a shared vision of prosperity and harmony. The lessons of the Falcon had become the foundation of their community, principles that guided their every decision and action. On the anniversary of the storm, the villagers gathered once more beneath the ancient oak, the Falcon perched above them, a silent guardian of their journey. They celebrated not just their survival, but their growth, the transformation that had taken root in the heart of their community. The festival was a vibrant affair, filled with music, laughter, and the sharing of stories, a celebration of their collective triumph over adversity. The Falcon, watching the festivities, saw the fulfillment of its teachings. The villagers had not only mastered the lessons of precision and planning, but had woven them into the very fabric of their lives. They had faced the test of foresight and emerged victorious, their success a testament to their hard work, their unity, and the wisdom imparted by their avian guide. As the celebrations beneath the ancient oak reached their zenith, a hush fell over the village. The Falcon, which had been a silent observer of the festivities, now stood at the center of all attention. It was a moment charged with emotion, a palpable sense of culmination and transition that enveloped the villagers. They knew, as surely as they felt the solid earth beneath their feet, that this moment marked the end of a significant chapter in their lives. The Falcon, its feathers shimmering in the light of the setting sun, looked upon the faces of the villagers one last time. In their eyes, it saw not just the gratitude and affection they felt for their mentor, but the reflection of its own teachings, the precision, the planning, the foresight that had become the bedrock of their existence. Villagers, the Falcon spoke, its voice imbued with a gentle solemnity. The time has come for me to take my leave. My journey with you has reached its end, but the path you tread is only beginning. Remember, the lessons we have shared are not just for the challenges you have faced, but for all those that lie ahead. A collective murmur of understanding and acceptance rose from the crowd. They had known from the moment the Falcon had arrived that it was not meant to stay forever. Yet, in the wisdom it had imparted, in the transformation it had sparked, the Falcon had given them something far more enduring than its physical presence. You have shown me, continued the Falcon, the strength of unity, the power of a community guided by shared values and common purpose. Carry forward these lessons, not just in your action, but in the stories you pass to your children and the generations that follow. Let the tale of our journey together be a beacon, a guiding light for all who seek to navigate the uncertainties of life. With those final words, the Falcon spread its wings, a magnificent span that seemed to embrace the entire village in a silent farewell. The villagers, their hearts full, watched as the Falcon took flight, soaring into the twilight sky, its form gradually diminishing until it was but a speck against the vast canvas of the heavens. As the last glimpse of the Falcon disappeared, a profound sense of peace settled over the village. The villagers understood that while their mentor had departed, the essence of its teachings would remain with them, woven into the fabric of their community, a legacy that would guide them through the ages. In the days and years that followed, the villagers honored the Falcon's memory by living the lessons it had taught them. They faced the challenges and embraced the opportunities that came their way with foresight, precision, and unity. And as they shared the tale of the Falcon with their children, they ensured that the wisdom of their feathered mentor would endure, a timeless gift to the generations that would follow. The departure of the Falcon marked not an end, but a new beginning for the village. In the wisdom of the Falcon, They had found the keys to a future bright with promise and prosperity. And as they looked to the horizon, guided by the lessons that had transformed them, they knew they were ready for whatever lay ahead. Their spirits unbreakable, their resolve unwavering. The story of the village and the falcon had come to a close, but the journey it represented continued. In the unity and foresight the falcon had instilled in them, the villagers found not just the means to overcome the challenges they faced, but a way of life that would sustain them for generations. The departure of the falcon was a testament to their triumph, a celebration of the enduring power of wisdom, community, and the human spirit.